Found this road, don't know where it goes, no markings. It's pretty though. Beautiful day. This plaque is really cool. It talks about this church being the cornerstone of the community that was here for more than 200 years. The plaque talks about the history of the church and the community a little bit, and then specifically about these three families, the Shacklefords, Esters, and the Collins. And we'll visit their graves over here. But first, let's go check out this church. Mammoth Cave Baptist Church, 1827. The community was long-standing. People have been living out here for many years. A lot of the families operated the mines and they were tourist attractions until the National Park Service came in and, by what it appears to be eminent domain, took over a lot of the land, bought it willingly or unwillingly from many of the families, and now there are no more communities here. But this is what's left of what used to be a very busy hustle and bustle of a community. Back behind the church is the old outhouse. Ooh. Well, there's not much to it. The old building, though, you can tell, looks like all the doors are open, so anybody can walk in. But, wow. Huh. Look at that. Wow. I love these old buildings, especially finding one that's open in the middle of the woods. So much history in a place like this. And I see the chimneys over here on the side where there used to be one. Thinking of how they heated the place and the people that were a part of this community of believers for years and years. And this was their entire life, from birth till death. They knew this one place is their church. This area is their community. And this is all that's left. You know, Drayton, that's a really good point. What else is a good point is using some education that we've learned this week. A cemetery is a resting place for those gone before us that is not attached to a church. But a graveyard is attached to a church. So let's go outside and pay our respects to those gone before us from the Mammoth Cave community. One of the notable grave sites here is that of the Shacklefords. Their picture's on the sign out front. It explains that they helped the community in a lot of ways, but mainly they were educators and taught children in the community how to read. There's a lot of Esters and Collins here in the cemetery. Holton, I see, is a big name, and they're kind of sectioned off into different parts of the cemetery. Born in 1835, 1909. can't tell the date, but it looks like a homemade stone. This is made of concrete, and it's just wire. It's like maybe copper wire embedded in it. Found this one way back in the corner for Edmund Turner, early cave explorer and friend of Floyd Collins. Cool. But we're all going to land here one day. And it's tough to think about sometimes. But what makes it easier are seeing gravestones like this one. This is the coolest gravestone I think I've ever seen. William Floyd Collins, born July 20th, 87, died April 26, 1925, exploring a cave. He's trapped in Sand Cave. It's nearby here. But look what it says at the bottom. Greatest cave explorer ever known. That, friends, is something to aspire to. That's why I do what I do. I want to live a life like this guy. That's awesome. I want my gravestone, if I have one, to say something just as cool as that, because I earned it, like this guy did. Old William Collins, I got a penny for you. I'm not the only one. Awesome. Somebody even brought him a water. Pretty smart. To be remembered in death is something all of us want. One way that I do it is making these videos, traveling around, trying to absorb everything that life has to offer. So when I'm laying back here with all these people, I somehow know, or the people that I've left behind know, that I did everything that I could to keep the party going. Love this life. Love this place. Look at these trees. The beauty around us. The world we live in is awesome. And this day's not even done yet. Love this. So long, Mr. Collins.
But when the cave wars were going on, Floyd had one of the biggest problems of the cavers around here that had their own personal caves, is he was a long way from the road. So people would come in and go to Mammoth Cave. Floyd's cave was a long way off. So Floyd was looking for one that was closer to the main road. So he went up and talked to the guy at Sand Cave. So Floyd made a deal to see if that cave was something that was where they could make money on it. So he goes over and he gets stuck in the cave. And so his brother comes and finds that he's stuck. And so it was the third biggest story between World War I and World War II, that he was stuck in the cave.
This has been a really great adventure so far, but I'm not done yet. I've got to know more about this Floyd Collins. I ran into this great park ranger, gave me all kinds of information, including directions to Sand Cave and Floyd's old homestead. Friends, if you like what you're seeing, hit like, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.